Inverell versus Y.C.W head out. And today for the juniors side, we've got Dave Kent at fullback, Spencer and East on the wings, Butterdine and Gwen in the centres, Craigie at 5'8", McLennan at half, Gribbett and Woodbury in the front row, Cook in hooker, second row is the Sheether and McElwain, and the lock forward is Kay Butcher. Just a change in that 5'8 position. Phil Bailey back from his representative duties. He will be playing their 5'8 position today, and Ray Craigie won't be available today. So, in the competition table, the Y.C.W in the juniors are coming last. They haven't had much of a run this year. They've just had the one draw this year. Inverell leading the competition in the juniors by 5 points over the hot Armidale side, but Armidale just haven't been as good as they were last year, and that's proven where they're coming on the table. But Inverell, there's no turning the tables here with this side. It's certainly a well put together side, and Fozzie Foster's have them training quite well this week, and should be ready for another good hit out today. And I think Inverell should get a win today. In the commentary position with me today, I have Roger Woodbury. How are you going, Roger?
G'day, Timmy. It's certainly a pleasure to be back here at Varley Oval for a game. It's been a while since we've been back here. The superiority of the Inverell juniors, Tim, shows through. I was just looking at the stats there, and Inverell, the for and against points average, they're at over 200 points ahead of any other side, and they've got by far the best defensive record. So I think you're really seeing a good side here today again, and although there are a few players unavailable through a forfeiture by the West Under-16s yesterday.
Thank you, Roger. So as play gets underway, the kick's gone down, and the Y.C.W side has brought it back to the 20-metre line. As they go again in defence there, good side there by Zaybacks and also Sheether. Y.C.W, they pass it out through their front row forward, but Woodbury and also Sheether in there to tackle once again. Y.C.W passed out wide through their back line, but they haven't got much depth there in the Y.C.W side, but Inverell forwards right on them straight away with Cook and Sheether again. Y.C.W passed out to the blind side wide. Yeah, but still about 20 metres short of the halfway line. As they go back for the kick, they've certainly gone deep. The kick goes down, it's a pretty long kick. Spencer and also Kent's there. Spencer takes it up. Spencer nearly gets to about the halfway line. He's held, he'll play the ball. And East gets it over the halfway line. He's held, he'll play the ball. Cook, he passes it out through McLennan. McLennan on to Butcher. Butcher, he makes yards. He'll play the ball. About 35 from the line. McLennan out through Woodbury. But the referee has pulled up play there. I think that might be a slight forward pass there from the Inverell side, from McLennan to Woodbury. So a scrum will go down. But still 35 metres short of the try line. The referee just setting his rules for the game here in the first scrum of the match, telling the boys what he wants. As Y.C.W win the scrum fairly easily. They pass it out through wide, through their centre, which is Monley. Monley is held. Gwen and Kent being the tacklers there. As they go once again through Beverley. Beverley's held, 20 metres short of the halfway line. He'll play the ball. They go out wide again, the Y.C.W players. Number 12, which is Bauer. Bauer's held, not making much ground here, the Y.C.W side, as they play the ball. And it goes out through wide through the other second row, which is McElroy. McElroy, 10 short of the half. He'll play the ball. They've got a very deep back line here, this Y.C.W side, but they don't seem to be coming onto it very strongly. Butcher and Woodbury tackling the Y.C.W player there, wrapping him right up. Y.C.W gets set for a kick. It's a sort of like a grubber. I think it meant to be a downtown kick. But Spencer's there to pick it up. Hopefully he'll make it to the halfway line, just short of the halfway line. Spencer, he'll play the ball on to Cook. Cook, he gets it out to Sheether. Sheether's running hard. He makes ground. He'll play the ball. Cook, he goes back to the blind side, through McLennan, through Woodbury. Woodbury, he makes yards. He's made it. They're 30 short of the try line. They go out through McLennan onto Gawain. Gawain, he dummies. He runs himself. He gets a ball away to Bailey. Bailey's still going. He's over the 20-metre line. They're about 17 metres short of the line. Gawain, they go back to the blind side. Butcher steps. He's still going. He beats 1 and 2. He's held. Very close to that line. Cook, they pass it through McLennan. McLennan runs himself. He's very close to that line, McLennan. McLennan gets a ball out to, I think it was Zabak's there, but Zabak's put it down and that was a knock on. So I think that's a change over there for the Y.C.W side. Inverell just didn't have really much depth there in close to the line. What, Rog?
Yes, there are too many fellas there wanting to try score the try. I think, Timmy, they've got to let the ball flow and get those big forwards out of the back line. I think we've got a good back line there and we've got to use it.
Yes, certainly right. They've the back line is unphenomenal in this Inverell side, and I think if they use it, they will score tries all day, as they've showed on previous occasions. As play continues, Y.C.W passed out wide through their back line again. They've got a very deep back line, this Y.C.W side, but they're just not making much ground. Butterdine and East right onto the attack there from the Y.C.W side as they go for the kick. That's a shocking pass from the dummy half. They get another kick down. Zabaks is there, and also Kent. Zabaks gets onto it. He runs the ball. He makes it just over the halfway line. Good run there from Zabaks. They get it onto Kent. Kent runs himself. He beats a couple of players. He's beaten him at another 7 or 8 metres. He'll play the ball on to Cook. Cook on to Sheether. Sheether's got Butcher. He doesn't need him. He beats 2 to 3. He makes good yards there, Sheether. Sheether will play the ball. Cook. It's on to Bailey. Bailey will use it. He uses Spencer out wide. Spencer's still going. They're 5 short of the line. They pass the ball out through McLennan. McLennan runs himself, passes on to Sheether, and Sheether will score under the posts. Good try there through Sheether, starting from Cook. It was always on in the middle of the ruck there. The Y.C.W side, they were very scattered in defence. They weren't working their defensive pattern right, and Sheether found the gap through the middle there, beating a couple of players and scoring a try under the posts. Good try there, Roger.
Yeah, that was a bit better work from Inverell, Tim. You can certainly see the better play coming out of Sheether today. He's had the law laid down to him that he's got to perform or he's on the bench, and he's certainly started with a lot more vigour today. He's getting involved. He's had 3 or 4 good runs in the last 7 or 8 plays of the ball, and I think it augurs well for the Inverell side if James Sheether's playing well too.
Yes, James Sheether is certainly one of the dominant players in the Inverell side. He certainly is a leader of the ball, and he does lead his side when the likes of Bailey and Connor aren't there on the field, and he's shown that today and showed a good try there. As Kent has gone for the attempt of goal, but it's been waved away, just hit the right upright there. So in about the 6th minute of this first half, it's Inverell 4 points to 0. No urgency here from the Y.C.W side to get back to kick.
First Roxanne Junior picks to go to the Inverell side.
As Y.C.W kick downfield, Kent's waiting for it, jumps over his head, but Woodbury cleans up there. He'll run it himself. He'll make yards, Woodbury. Woodbury runs himself. They can't tackle him. He's just too big and too strong for him. Look at that. That's a great run there back from the kick-off. He's made 20 to 30 metres there. Butterdean's there ready to take the second one off the ruck. Butterdean's held. He plays the ball on to Cook. Cook gets it out to McLennan, who's flat. They get it inside to Sheether. Sheether runs himself. He beats 2 or 3. They get a ball away, but no one's there. But McLennan has picked it up. He's running downfield. McLennan's got players there. They get it onto Butterdean. Butterdean runs himself. Is he going to pass it or not? And Kent has scored. It was a good try there from Kent. Butterdean, I didn't think he was going to pass it there in the end, but he got a good ball away to Kent, and they used it wide again. It wasn't a real good pass there from Sheether in the middle of the field there, but McLennan's picked up, and it was a good try there from Kent. What do you think, Roger?
Yeah, that was better football from Inverell, Tim. That all stemmed back from a run from Marcus Woodbury right back from his own try line, took it up to the 40-metre line, and in the next play of the ball, got up, played the ball quickly, and the ball was got onto Sheether. He made another good break up over the halfway line, and then the Inverell back line came into its own and sort of took over there, and the ball got out wide, and there was no stopping young Kent, and he ran around and put the ball down about 20 metres out from the left-hand upright. A good try from Inverell, and I think it looks pretty ominous for Y.C.W. at this stage of the game, Tim.
Yes, Y.C.W. will be doing it very tough in this match, because Inverell, when they're hot, they're hot. Just looking at the table, Armidale are 5 points short of Inverell in the draw, and I think that Armidale will be Inverell's only threat this year. They've got the only really good side, but these other teams that are in this competition, in this junior competition, they're just they're no competition for Inverell this year. Inverell is just practically beaten every side convincingly. What do you think of this side, this juniors lineup?
Well, there's one interesting game that was played a couple of weeks ago, Tim. The Boomerangs beat Armidale at Armidale in the juniors, and I wouldn't be totally writing off the Boomerangs as the side that could play Inverell in the grand final. I think Inverell have got to keep their heads together. They're certainly a good side, but they can't go getting up in the clouds too early yet. I think the Boomerangs could be some sort of a danger there. They beat the Armidale juniors on their home ground up there, so they're not going to be easy either. And Inverell have got to play them in the last round of the competition, so that we might be able to gauge a bit of the Boomerang strengths from there.
Yes, quite true. I will agree with everything you just said. So as Y.C.W. kick off once again, the Inverell side ready to put another 4 points on the board. As Butcher's held, he passes it on to McLennan, on to Bailey. Bailey runs himself. He makes yards. They find it so hard to get this Bailey down every time he runs. It seems to be him and Woodbury, the two players that they can't get down, as Woodbury runs it again. Look at this, see? He doesn't make a liar out of me, and got a beautiful ball away to Sheether, and Sheether will go through under the post and score. He's second for the day. Great try there. Woodbury, they can't get him down, and he's passed a legend of a ball. Passed a beautiful ball on to Sheether, and Sheether's gone through to score his second try.
Yeah, well, another good run there from Marcus, but the Y.C.W. defence is pathetic, to say the least, at the moment. They're grasping and grabbing at jerseys, and anyone at all backing up these big front rowers. Connor is yet to come on at this stage, but Marcus is having a field day out there, and they back him up all day. They'll score tries all day too, and this could be any sort of a score at the end of the day, Tim.
Yes, it's only in the first 10 minutes of this game, and Inverell put on 3 quick tries already, so yes, time will tell. I think that Inverell will take out this match quite easily. As Kent converts Sheether's try. So if you heard from Dave Dimmock in the announcing, it's 16 points to 0 in favour of Inverell. So they're certainly starting to run away with this game at the moment. I know it's only 16 points to 0, but once Inverell get a roll on, they seem to just keep going and going. As Y.C.W, they place their kick for another kick-off. They try a short kick there, and I don't know, but it's worked all right for the YCW side. Yes, Roger just saying that YCW get the feed there, so that was good thinking there from the YCW 5'8" who kicked off. He's gone. I don't know if he was going actually for the short kick or not, but it's worked quite well. And Sheether was there, but he just didn't really attack that ball then, and he's let it go out. So YCW to feed the scrum about 20 out from Inverell's line as the half Swanson. He feeds it. He gets a hurler hoop ball out the back line as Monley runs himself. Good defence there from the Inverell side. As the hooker, who is Mayer runs himself. And they're about 15 out from the line. They take it out wide again through their back line. They've used a second man there. And YCW, I tell you what, don't write them off yet. They're coming back here. Great attack from the YCW side after that scrum. But it was good defence there from Bailey and Butcher, right in there. As YCW, they take it to the line again. They're not going to let Inverell get away with this easily. As YCW play the ball, they're about 7 metres short of the line. They pass it out through back line. They get a kick, and Froggy Gribbett, have a look at him go. He's caught the ball off a small chip there from the YCW side, and he's made about 20 yards. A Sheether, he takes it to the halfway line nearly. He plays it to Cook. Cook onto Woodbury again. Woodbury, he'll make yards. Good run from Woodbury. They won't get him down. They'll hold him up, but they won't get him down. He'll play the ball. Cook passes it through McLennan onto Bailey. Bailey uses Butterdean. Butterdean's wide. He's still going. Butterdean. He gets a ball onto Spencer. Spencer, he's held up. They're about 10 short of the line. Spencer will play the ball onto Butterdean. Butterdean onto Gwen. What will Gwen do? Gwen straight onto Bailey. Bailey runs himself. Will he score? He gets a ball onto Butcher. Butcher so close to that line, but they're held just short of the line. Butcher will play the ball. Cook. They pass it out wide through Bailey. Butterdean, he'll run himself. And a good try there from Butterdean. Inverell using their back line once again and proving to be too big and too strong for the YCW side. But I thought YCW there, I thought they put a bit of a threat there to Inverell when they were down on their line, Roger.
Yes, Tim, they got into Inverell's quarter line, but from the 10 metre out, the Inverell defence really stuck to its guns, and YCW, I didn't think we're ever going to cross. The one thing that this Inverell junior side is really proud of is their defensive record, and I think that YCW are going to find it really hard to get across there today. But one thing I will say, that YCW defence in that last play of Inverell's really got back and regrouped, and Inverell had to put on a couple of really good plays to get over, and I think it's a credit to the YCW boys that they really stuck to their guns in that defensive pattern that they had there, and as I say, the Inverell side had to put on a good reverse of play to get across in the other side of the ground. There's also been a replacement. Woodbury's off and Andrews is on. Andrews in his first year of football has really impressed me. I think he can go places in this Inverell side. He's a strong boy, he's tough. He had a bad injury a couple of weeks ago. He got a smack in the head, and I was talking to him through the week, and he said he had sore ears. He couldn't hear in one ear, but he also had a bad dose of flu. But he's a big, strong lad, and I think we'll see him go places too, Tim.
Try for Inverell, one number 3, Jeremy Butter.
Yeah, so Dave Kent converting that try again. Beautiful kick there from near the sideline, and Inverell now leading 22 points to 0. Just on that, Andrews, Roger, Andrews, this being his first year of football, coming from rugby, they said he was a good rugby player as well, and he's certainly adapted to the change.
Well, the thing I like about him, Tim, he runs straight and hard, and he does not miss to get in and do his share of work. But this is the boy that's starting to impress too. This young Butterdean, he not only makes good ground, but he's got the ability to break tackles. Admittedly, he's got a good player inside Bailey who's really feeding him, and a good defensive player in Gwen outside. But Butterdean is making the most of all of his chances, and I really like the way he breaks his tackles and keeps going. He runs pretty straight and fast too. He takes a bit of running down.
Yes, last year he was playing in the Inverell side. I think he was on the wing, and he seemed lacking a little bit of confidence last year. But this year he started out the year well, and he's been brought into the centres, and you know there's not much of this Butterdine, but I tell you what, he's got a heart of gold. There's Inverell. They get a ball onto Bailey. They get another ball onto Kent. Can he make it all the way? Gets a ball onto East. East is held just short of the line. Inverell on the attack again. Fifth tackle. Cook, McLennan wide to Sheether. The Y.C.W side, they've taken an intercept, but Bailey straight onto that one. Inverell probably trying a little bit too much there. They did need to get the ball wide, but they didn't get a good ball there from dummy half. So Y.C.W on the attack once again. Let's hope they can do something with it this time. They're trying everything. The Y.C.W side. It was good defence here from the Inverell side. You can't go past it. The Y.C.W side, they just don't want to be in this game by the looks of some of the players out there. Anyway, they keep going forward as they pass out through their second row, which is Bauer. But a penalty has been awarded there to Y.C.W. I'm not quite sure what the reason was. Yeah, the ball came loose. The rule is you can rip it out, but it's got to be a one-on-one situation, and 3 players being in there, and penalty has been awarded to Y.C.W. They're not going to kick for touch. They're going to take a tap. As great defence there. With that being Gribbett ball and all. Great tackle there. There's Y.C.W on their attack again. That's the second row again. Bauer. No, sorry, it's Monley. As they passed out through his centre partner, which is Philp. Philp is held. Y.C.W passed out through their back line. But their halfback for Y.C.W, Swanson, he's going nowhere. So they're passing the ball around here willy-nilly, the Y.C.W side. But and Swanson's end up back with the ball again. He's held about 5 short of the halfway line. As they pass it out through Witten. They go out wide through their front row, which is Beverley, and he gets it on to Bauer. Bauer held just over the halfway line. That's the 5th tackle for Y.C.W. They put a kick down. That's a high kick there. Kent's under it. No pressure, but Kent's put that ball down. There was no pressure there from the Y.C.W side coming through, and I would say the ball and the ground would be a little bit slippery out there today due to some rain yesterday. But Kent normally handles the high balls pretty well, but he just didn't handle that one real good. As the scrum will go down about 20 short of the Inverell's line, and Swanson there to feed the scrum. They go blind. They go blind through Philp. Philp runs himself. He makes yards. He's lost the ball. But I thought that was knocked back there from Philp, but the referee has awarded a knock on there from Philp, so another scrum will go down on the right-hand side of the field with Inverell's loosened feet. McLennan winning that scrum, and he gets it on to East. East makes yards. They're 20 short of the halfway line. Cook's there. McLennan again. Bailey. Gawain onto, I think that's Kent. I think Kent knocked the ball on there. Kent made a couple of mistakes there in a row. Not trying to single him out here, but one drop ball there and another drop ball there, just on the halfway line. Inverell seem to losing a bit of enthusiasm in this side at the moment now. They really need to regroup and keep going on with this game. As Y.C.W win the scrum. There's a good ball and all tackle there from Gawain. It's Y.C.W, they play the ball. Goes out through the centre, which is onto the fullback, I think it is. Is that fullback? Or yeah, Mash. Mash is held. He plays the ball on to McFarlane. McFarlane onto Swanson. Swanson gets his ball on to Bauer. Bauer's held, not making many yards here, the Y.C.W side. Swanson gets his ball onto Cox. Cox, I think that's his first run in the game. Cox will play the ball. They passed out through Swanson again. He doesn't know what to do with it. Bauer's getting plenty of the ball, and so is Swanson, but they're not doing anything with it. And now they're 20 short of the line. What will Y.C.W do with it? She's not the fifth tackle yet. They might kick a field goal, no? They passed out wide through their back line again. Fifth tackle here for the Y.C.W side. Can they put something on here, the boys? As the Phil puts a ball down. Kent's under it again, and Kent's taking a good great catch there in goal, and that'll be a 22 tap. So Inverell really defending quite well here at the moment. They've held Y.C.W down. They've made 5 metres, probably every ruck, but they're certainly not breaking the line, Roger.
No, I don't think they will either, Tim, even though Inverell is reduced down here with numbers today. But one player is Andrews, making a good break up the sideline. He's brought in a good tackle there by the winger Ashbury. But one player I'd like to give a pat on the back in this side, who gets very little recognition, and he's probably one of the best defensive players in the competition, young Craig Butcher. Every week, in and out, I guarantee that if he doesn't top the tackle count, he's well up there, and his work rate's really good. He doesn't get too many pats on the back, and I think he's an integral part of this Inverell defensive situation where they've failed to give away too many points, and all the credit to Butcher, I think.
Yeah, certainly another great forward in the Inverell side. As McLennan goes himself from dummy half, and he scored another try. So, yes, the Bailey there was taking a good run there, and the referee pulled up play and awarded a penalty to the Inverell side. You'd think he'd continue on play, but another good try there from the Inverell side. Roger.
Yeah, I was talking about Andrews there earlier, Tim, and there on the other side of the field there, he was out running wide, and you really saw the power of the lad. He's a big, strong kid, and he got a good pass inside the Inverell 30-metre line, and he took the ball right up the other end towards the 30-metre line on the Y.C.W end of the ground. Just running strong, and he's a big, strong lad, and he's certainly making an impact with his Inverell junior side. But I was talking about Butcher there earlier. Craig, week in and week out, I don't see the tackle counts and the tallies, but even in the high school side, he since being moved to lock from second row, his cover defence has really lifted, and also he's not amiss to getting in there and taking the ball up too, Craig, and I think he deserves a few more pats on the back.
Yes, with such a mobile forward pack, and also a big forward pack that Inverell has, it's players that like Butcher that really put the finishing touches on the forward pack, and you can't go past a forward pack like that. And Kent not converting that try there, so the score now is 26 points to 0 in favour of Inverell in about probably the 20th minute of this first half clash today at Varley Oval. And an overcast day here today, chance of a bit of rain I suppose, but she's maintaining overcast at the moment. And Andrew's not making a liar out of Roger Woodbury. He's just making a great run there off the kick-off. And I'm sure he'll be there to make another one. As they pass the ball out through White, through Bailey, he's brought down just short of the halfway line. They get a quick play the ball. McLennan onto Sheether. Sheether's down the sideline. Sheether, he's got one to beat. He's still going. Sheether, he doesn't pass it. He's held. 15 short of the line. Spencer onto McLennan, onto Bailey. Bailey, he uses Kent wide. Kent's got east. Very easy. Very easy for the Inverell side here. She's hands all the way, and the Inverell side, they're just too strong, too fast.
Yeah, that all started back there with a good run from Andrews. He took the ball up there 40 metres, and another thing that really shone out in that try, not hard to see that James Sheether has had the finger poked at him today. He started running onto that ball from back outside the 30-metre line in Inverell territory, and he went wide, and he finally got the ball just over the halfway line and more or less set that try up. He went to the ground about 15 or 16 metres out, and then the back line carried on the rest of the play from there and scored a good try. But James Sheether's certainly taken the hint, and he stood up today, and you can see a marked improvement in his play today.
Yes, he's been the one of the better players for the Inverell side today. Well, I wouldn't say one of the better players, but certainly playing to his standard, which is highly rated. So Kent's going to kick another goal. Hopefully he'll be able to get this one. The Y.C.W side now, they look a little bit fatigued. They've been defending all day. They haven't had much possession of the ball. But the Kent's kick has been waved away, and the score now is 30 points to 0 in the 28th minute of the first half. And no urgency from the Y.C.W side to get back there. I think they'd like to end the game right here, right now. But Inverell, they're putting in their all today, and I tell you what, they're playing with the true brilliance that they possess in their side. So Y.C.W going for the short kick again. Gawain there to ravel that up. He makes no worries of that ball. Gawain playing really good under pressure. There's Cook. He gets it on to Bailey. McLennan runs himself. Will he pass it? No. He runs himself. He passes a good ball on to Butterdine. Butterdine, will he beat him with pace? Butterdine will beat them with pace. Look at that. Great run from Butterdine. He's taken them on the outside, very close to that sideline, and he's had three players there and they couldn't catch him. He's just too speedy for the Y.C.W players. Roger.
Yes, Tim, that really showed what Butterdine can do. We were talking earlier about his pace. He really pinned the ears back there about the 40-metre mark, and he got the ball. That's half-time, by the way, that noise. But he pinned the ears back about the 40-metre mark, and he just said, I'm going to score this try, and he went around them, and they had no chance of gathering him in. But when one looks at this Inverell junior side, they've had Woodbury sitting on the bench since about the 16th minute. McElwain's been there also on the bench. There's still Damien Connor, Craigie, those sorts of players to come in and make an influence on this side. So I'd say that the Inverell forward pack at the moment is looking pretty awesome, and there's going to be a number of players there who are going to be, I think, a bit disappointed come grand final day because they're not in the starting lineup. But that's what makes this team such a good one. They're a good mob of young fellas, and they're all sticking together. And there's probably 8 or 10 forwards that can start in that forward pack on grand final day, Tim.
Yes. There's plenty of competition in the Inverell side this year due to the players. There's so many representative players in the side, and I'll tell you now, you have to be really playing your best football when you're playing for this junior side to maintain your position in the side, because there's just so many good players, and there's only 13 positions that can go on the field. But in the half-time break, Inverell certainly taking this game away now, 34 points to 0. So in the second half, we won't have the likes of Roger Woodbury helping me, but Roger, the first. All right.
Yeah, what I was saying a bit earlier there about that forward pack in Inverell side, Tim, that with the likes of, like Phil Bailey, he's a state second rower, and he's playing 5'8" for Inverell Juniors at the moment. And I think that says something about the strength of the Inverell forwards. You've got the likes of McElwain. I think when you see McElwain sitting on the bench there, he was a Group 19 front rower or second rower this year. And I think actually the Inverell forward pack was almost the entire Group 19 forward pack, Tim, and 4 or 5 of those went on then to Northern Division. But when you see the fellas sitting on the bench and the fellas who aren't here, with this half-time lead at 34-0, Tim, you see those fellas that aren't out there running around out there at the moment. It does look pretty awesome for the other sides.
It does. They yeah, like you said, you got players. You got players on the bench that can play just as good as the players on there. So when the players on there are replaced, the side's not going to be lacking at all because they're just as good as the players on there. And Fozzie being the coach, knowing that he's got replacements like that he can put on there, he knows he's not going to be losing any talent in the side. underway here. Inverell Y.C.W clash at Varley Oval, and the clouds certainly staying around today. They're not going away, and cool breeze has started to come up. And as the second half gets underway, the Y.C.W side get a reasonably long kick down there, and McElwain's on now. Look, McElwain, he wants to prove his point that he shouldn't be on the bench. They get the ball away onto Butcher. Butcher, he runs himself. He makes good yardage, but he's just getting driven back there a little bit in the end. He plays the ball on the Cook, on the McLennan, and Connor, he's on there now. He's come off from the bench. Connor, he plays the ball on the Cook, on the McLennan on to Bailey. Bailey didn't need Butterdine. Gawain, still going. Gawain, he gets a ball on to East. He getting Kent a ball on to East. And East's held. They're 20 short of the line. They pass it out through McLennan. Woodbury's there. Woodbury, I'll back him in to go all the way. He gets a ball on to Butcher. Butcher, he can't make it. He just went to get a ball away there, but he didn't. He plays the ball. McLennan, long ball on to Bailey. Bailey runs himself. He'll go all the way, and it's too easy for Bailey. Bailey just using the ball wide there, and there was no way that Y.C.W was going to hold Bailey up there. He had Spencer out there out wide, but he didn't need him. He went himself, and it was just too strong for him. And Bailey scoring a good try there, just short of the corner, and Kent now to contempt the conversion. So only in the first couple of minutes of the second half, Inverell have scored another try. Put them 38 points to nil with the kick to come. I'll back Kent in to pot this one. I've got confidence in him. He's certainly getting the ball there. Great distance, great line. But no, he's made a liar out of me. Not to worry, Kent wants to put that one that way to the left. Either to the left or the right, so he'll get one in the middle in a minute. So in about the third minute of the second half, Inverell scored a quick try through Bailey, and Y.C.W will kick off again. Y.C.W ready to kick again. The winger, which Ashbury kicks off, and I think that was Kent was there. He gets it out through Bailey. Bailey on to Woodbury. Good run from Woodbury, still going. They finally get him down. Woodbury plays the ball. Cook, Gawain runs himself. Good run from Gawain. Gawain plays the ball. Cook on to McLennan. McLennan's got McElwain. Good run from McElwain. He makes it over the halfway line. He'll play the ball. Cook's there on to McLennan again. He's got Connor. He doesn't need anyone else. He's still going. He passes the ball backwards, but I think Butterdine was there, but he couldn't get onto it. And the Y.C.W players have picked it up. They take one from dummy half, but good defence there. Butterdine also McLennan. Y.C.W play the ball again. They're 10 short of the halfway line.
Just done the Inverell.
So Y.C.W, they try and... So just a bit of a break in the commentary there due to Dave Dimmick saying a few words to the crowd. Inverell had the ball, they passed out wide and they'd lost it, and then the Y.C.W's picked up the ball, as you've probably can see. It's Y.C.W on the attack for I think it was the first time in the second half. And they haven't had much of the ball. As Inverell letting the Bauer run too many metres. He's held on the halfway line. They pass it out through their blind side, through Swanson. Swanson, he was taken late. A penalty has been awarded to Y.C.W. Swanson been taken out late there from the Inverell players. I don't know who that was. I think it might have been McLennan. So a penalty has been awarded to Y.C.W. 40 metres short of Inverell's line as they kick for touch. Like about probably 10 metres. But no urgency from the YC side. They've certainly got the players, the numbers, but they just haven't got any talent in their side. As Y.C.W, they're trying to get a bit of pride back in their side, but they'll be doing it hard with Inverell's brilliant defence. As they pass out wide again, it's gone back the blind side now. Y.C.W, they just keep going and going. You've got to give them credit for that. They passed out wide through Swanson. Swanson, he's held. He gets the ball away. But they've lost ground there, the Y.C.W side. YC play the ball. It goes out through Bauer. And Bauer's definitely been their best player for the day, Y.C.W. He's the only one taking it forward all day. That's a long ball. Oh, and look at this, Gawain. Gawain gets it on to Bailey. Bailey, it's an intercept. Bailey, he'll go all the way. Bailey, he'll be too fast. Bailey, will he be too fast? And Bailey scores his second for the day. It was a great ball there from Gawain. It was sort of over the top, but Bailey juggled it, and he had the pace to beat the 5'8" for Y.C.W being Witten, and Inverell to score another try in this second half, in about probably the 8th, 9th minute of this second half. And Bailey scoring another try, his second. He's 2 in the second half. Good try there from Bailey, and Kent ready to kick the conversion.
Try for Inverell by the number 6.
Dave Kent not converting that try there, so 42 points to 0 in favour of Inverell, and still a long way to go in this second half. I'd say a few more points will be scored by the Inverell side, and let's hope they can keep Y.C.W scoreless. So Y.C.W, they're here to kick off again. They're doing it very hard, the Y.C.W side. It must be hard for them to come out every week and get beaten. They've only had the one draw this year, and they've never really been a outstanding side. I think if Armidale folded, well, they'd probably be all right. As McElwain, he gets a beautiful ball onto Kent. Kent, he can't make it all the way. Kent's held up. Beautiful run there from McElwain, getting the ball onto Kent. McLennan, he's got Sheether. Sheether's inside. Sheether will go all the way. Sheether will score his third. And great try there from Sheether. I thought he was going to start a fight there. But McLennan took it wide. He had Sheether on the inside. He took Sheether on the inside. And he's gone under the score. Straight under the post, Sheether, for his third for the day. Great backup there from Sheether. But it all started through McElwain. McElwain taking a great run there off the kick-off. and got a beautiful ball away to Kent. Kent making another 40 metres, and it was a quick play of the ball on to McLennan. McLennan taking it wide and using Sheether on the inside to score under the post. So I think I'll confidently back Dave Kent into to get this one. You can't really miss them in front ones. He didn't make a liar out of me this time. So 48 points to nil in the second half. In about the 10th minute of this second half of this game.
11, James Sheether.
Y.C.W just coming back to the halfway line for yet again another kick-off. So let's see who can make. Let's see who can stand out on this run back this time. I think whoever gets the ball, will stand out because the Y.C.W defence is just appalling. Connor, he'll take it himself. He'll go. He's taking him out wide. Here's Connor. He gets a ball on to East. East's going away. I thought he nearly threw a ball there. They get a quick blow the ball on to Butterdine. Butterdine to McLennan. McLennan takes it himself. He's held 40 short of the Y.C.W's line. Cook onto Woodbury. Will they stop him? They've wrapped him up quite well there, Woodbury. And here's Cook, the blind side. Bailey wide. Bailey for his third. Bailey will score a third. So Inverell have it's just off the kick-off now. She's just one try after the other. There's I tell you what, there's a lot of time to be trying to be talking here, and because every time they score a try, it's 2 to 3 minutes before they get back. But Inverell scored another great try there through Bailey, but it all started through Connor. I think whoever gets that ball off the kick-off, they make it over the halfway line, quick play the ball, and they're using hands out wide, and McLennan using Bailey there, and Bailey took him on out wide, very close to that sideline, and he scored his third for the day. So Sheether with 3, Bailey with 3. So good tries there from the boys. So Dave Kent attempting to get this conversion over now. He's got to get one of these ones. Yes, he's got that one. Great stuff, Dave Kent. Beautiful kick, that one. And he's got a clap from the crowd too, the big fella. So in about the 11th minute of this match.
Number 6, Phil Bailey, third. Conversion by David Kent was successful. Score moves on to 54 points to nil.
So 54 points to nil. Is I don't think Y.C.W would have been real confident going into this match. And they certainly won't be real confident coming out of it either, because it's 54 points to nil. It's only the 12th minute of this second half. There's still a long way to go. So unless Y.C.W get their second win and start performing in this match, Y.C.W have gone for the quick kickoff, but Gwen picking it straight up, beautiful there from Gwen. It was a good pressure there that the Y.C.W side put on Gwen, and Gwen just thriving on the pressure, and he handled it quite well. As Cook gets it on to Woodbury, a bit sceptical that pass from Cook. As Woodbury's held 40 short of the Y.C.W line. There's got to be try time again. McLennan runs himself. McLennan, he's got Bailey out wide. No, but the Y.C.W winger, which is McFarlane, has picked up that intercept. So Y.C.W back with the ball again. Let's see what Y.C.W can do. The Philp there being the player there. No, sorry, Beverly. It's Y.C.W passed out wide again through Swanson. He's held. They're not making many yards here, the Y.C.W side. I think they've forgotten how to attack because they've never had the ball. And once in the second half, they've dropped the ball again. Andrews picks it up. There's a black call on out wide for the Inverell side. They passed out wide. Butterdean's there. Butterdean wants to go himself. He gets it on to Connor. Connor gets an easy pass away to Dave Kent, and Dave Kent scored in the corner. Dave Kent didn't make it real easy for himself scoring there. I think he'd like to try and take it around to the middle of the posts. But it's very easy for the Inverell side now. It is just try after try. But Inverell, this is a good game for Inverell to use their back line, and they've certainly used it a lot today. They're using every player on the field, and great backup play also from the for the Inverell forwards like Woodbury and Connor, and everybody's backing up well today. So Dave Kent there scoring the try. I thought Butterdean might have won himself there, but it was a very sensible decision to pass the ball on to Kent, and Kent scoring in the corner. So Kent to try and convert his own try. So that will put the score to 58 points to Zip with the kick to come. Great line and great accuracy there for Kent, but just didn't have the length there to get it over. So 58 points to nil in the 15th minute. Might only be the 14th minute of this second half. Y.C.W going to go for the short kick-off again, I think. Let's see if they can put the pressure on again. No, they've gone for the big kick. Kent's there to pick it up. Kent passes it on to East. East beats the first player. He beats the second. He's made good yards there, East. East's held. It's made about 20, 25 metres there. Andrews. Good hard running from Andrews. The replacement player for the Inverell side. He plays the ball. Cook, they go blind. Connor. He holds up. Bailey, what will he do with the ball? He gets it on to... No, he didn't. He dummied to Spencer. He'll play the ball. Cook on to Woodbury. Woodbury runs himself. Look at the hard determined run from Woodbury. They just get him down. They're 25 short of the line. It's... McLennan now, Bailey, Butterdean wide to Kent again, and East scores another easy try in the corner. So they're certainly using their back line quite well, the Inverell side. They're using all their players, and the overlap's just been created every time that they get the ball out there. The Y.C.W aren't sliding in defence, and they just can't number up on this Inverell side. So another try to the Inverell side. 62 points to nil with the kick to come from Kent once again. Conversion unsuccessful there for Kent, so the score remains 62 points to nil. Favour Inverell in about the 17th minute of this second half. Yeah, I'll ask you next time, mate. So only 10 minutes remaining in the second half, so let's see if Inverell can put on a few more tries. $62-0. I think they went for the short kick-off, but it didn't work. And Butterdean's there to pick it up. Butterdean, he'll make yards. They're taking a bit of high there, Butterdean, but Didn't worry him. They get the ball out through Connor now. Connor will use McElwain. McElwain gets a ball onto Bailey. Bailey, I thought that was a knock on there from Bailey, but they've let that go. Bailey will play the ball. Cook onto Connor. Connor, ball to Woodbury. What a beautiful ball to Woodbury. Woodbury, he'll go all the way. They won't tackle Woodbury. Oh, a try saver from Swanson. Unbeatable. The Y.C.W players are still coming back, but McLennan's gone himself from dummy half and scored the try. But you've got to give credit to the halfback for Y.C.W, Swanson. Woodbury was he'd scored the try, but he's come up with a try saver. Beautiful tackle there from Swanson. So I think he'll certainly get a rap for that. But McLennan, when he's close to the line, he's unbeatable. He's just he's very small and very agile, but he's in the same instance he's also very elusive near the line and very unbeatable. So Dave Kent to convert another try. But it all started through Connor. Connor taking that ball up there then, and he's passed a magnificent ball to Woodbury, and Woodbury taking it right to the line. And Kent just converting that try there. Another easy one for Kent. So 68 points to nil. Favour Inverell. They've kept Y.C.W scoreless today, so that's a big effort from the Inverell side, and it'd still be 8 minutes to go in this match. So let's hope they can score another one or two.
Successful. Score up to 68 points to nil.
Yes, but I won't go on about it, but it was a very good try-saving tackle there from Swanson, the halfback for Y.C.W. He he didn't really have much hope in getting him down, but he ended up getting him down in the end, so it was good effort there from Swanson. So the replacement players back on, Andrews back on, and Connor's on there again. They go for the short kick-off. Andrews is there. He picks a beautiful ball up there. Good run from Andrews. Andrews makes it nearly to the halfway line, about 5 short of the halfway line. He plays the ball. Butcher knocks that ball on. So a bit of a mistake there from Butcher, but not to worry. So a scrum will go down just short of the halfway line on Inverell's half of the ground, and Swanson, the halfback, will feed the scrum. So Y.C.W in the dying minutes of this match are looking to do something for their side, get a little bit of pride back. I can't see it happening. The referee now just having a few words to the Y.C.W players. Not that anything had mattered to this match, because it's all over and gone now. So a little bit of a scuffle getting started there in this game, but referee holding up time there, and he's going to talk to the Y.C.W and Inverell players. 68 points to nil, and only about 7 minutes to go in this match. So I think Inverell are looking to put a few more tries on before this game finishes. So Y.C.W finally to feed this scrum. It gets twisted round. But there's a few players down here. As Y.C.W go for a first tackle kick. East will take them on out wide. No, he won't. East is put down. Yeah. There's now Inverell making mistakes left, right and centre. Y.C.W with the ball. Gribbett put it down. Froggy Gribbett. What's going on? He's held. This is Monley. No, it's not. It's Bauer. Bauer's held. He plays the ball. They take it out right wide. They've gone for a drop kick. I don't believe it. They've gone for the 1 point. Well, they want to just get a point on the board, so they've gone for the field goal. I've only ever seen this back in 1972 when the South Sydney Rabbitohs played the St George Dragons in a game, and the St George Dragons were flogging Parramatta Eels 70 points to 0, and they went for a field goal. The Manly were Ingersoll and got the 1 point. But anyway, it didn't happen today. As Connor gets the ball on to Butcher. Butcher, what's he do with it? He gets on to Sheether. Sheether for his fourth. Can he get there? Sheether, still going. He's held. They get the ball through McLennan. McLennan puts a kick through. Spencer's there. Will the ball bounce up for Spencer? No, it won't. The ball's gone dead. So ball dead there for the kick there from McLennan. Was just a little bit too big, but there was plenty of Y.C.W players there, so I'd reckon they would have got straight onto it. So Y.C.W to take the 22 tap. I'm not quite sure who that player is for Y.C.W. Might be Swanson. He took it himself. It's Y.C.W on the attack again, and Butcher being the tackler there. They passed out wide there. Swanson, he gets a shocker back to his fullback, I think it is. Great defence there from Zonky Zaybaks and also McElwain. They play the ball. They're making no yards whatsoever. They're getting driven back every time. So they're still on the attack, Y.C.W. About the fourth tackle, they put the kick down. They just want to try, but I don't think they're going to get it. And Kent's down there. Plenty of Y.C.W players down there, but they're just not tackling when they're down there. So Kent, he nearly makes it to the halfway line. Kent, McElwain at dummy half. Sheether up the guts. And he makes good ground. Great ground there from Sheether. Sheether been great player for the Inverell side today. And Woodbury runs. Good tackle there from Swanson under the legs. That's the second time he's got him. He's got his marked man. Zonky Zaybaks, he takes it out. He's upended for his troubles. 20 short of the line. Cook at dummy half onto Damien Connor, but they couldn't get it out. They're going for anything now. This is just a muck round game. Butcher gets it on to Cook. Cook on to Connor. Connor, what's Connor going to do with it? Connor, he's still going. Connor. All the way. Connor scored the try. Well, Connor, a couple of minutes ago, went for the field goal just to put an extra point on the board, and it was knocked down from the Y.C.W players, and as play continued, they got the ball out wide through Cook and McLennan, and McLennan got it on to Connor. Connor took about 4 players with him, still full of piss from last night, and scored the try just quietly. So Dave Kent to try and convert another try, 72 points to 0 in favour of Inverell. Cricket score now to whitewash for the Y.C.W side. I really don't know how they do it. You know, you'd have to hold your head up high, wouldn't you? Because once it's down, it would never get back up. He's gone for the toe punt, Dave Kent there, but didn't work.
Another junior match with
Y.C.W to kick off once again. 2 minutes remaining in this match. Minute now, so the mug man tells me. They've gone for a high one. Dave Kent's under it. He gets a ball on to McElwain. Good run from McElwain. He's held. He plays the ball on to Cook. Sheether Sheether, he's looking for a fourth, but he won't get there this run. Sheether will play the ball. Cook onto McLennan onto Connor. Connor dummies inside. Connor runs himself. Connor all the way. It was a good ball there to Spencer, but it was just a little bit low. The ball going out there wide, and that's full time in this match. So it was a good match here from the Inverell players. They've played really well in this game, and they've convincingly just got over their Y.C.W side, 72 points to nil.
The Y.C.W side, 72 points to nil.
That side, and I've been Tim Baz being your commentator for the day. Thank you.